The aroma of freshly brewed coffee usually signals the start of a calm morning, but today was a whirlwind. My hands were full, trying to tie a shoelace, pack a lunch, and remember if I'd turned off the stove, all before the school bus arrived. "Alexa," I called out, my voice a little strained, "set a timer for 5 minutes for the toaster." A calm, modulated voice responded instantly, "5 minutes, starting now." In that moment, with a sigh of relief, I felt a familiar gratitude for the smart speaker humming quietly in the corner of my kitchen. It was a helpful assistant, a seamless part of our family's busy rhythm. But as the bus pulled away and the house fell silent, a different thought began to emerge, a quiet whisper, wondering about the line between convenience and something more, something perhaps less benign. For many of us, voice recognition technology, embodied by smart speakers like Alexa, Google Home, or Siri, has become woven into the fabric of daily life. We ask them about the weather, play music, add items to a shopping list, or even control our smart lights. The ease they offer is undeniable. They are at our beck and call, ever present, ever listening. This is precisely where the question arises. Is this a truly convenient tool enhancing our lives, or does it subtly, slowly erode our privacy? And for those of us who seek to live intentionally, guided by faith, how should we approach these devices? Let's first acknowledge the genuine utility. There's a certain marvel in being able to vocally command a device to perform tasks, saving us precious seconds and mental energy. For a busy parent, a person with limited mobility, or simply someone trying to multitask, these devices can be incredibly helpful. They represent the ingenuity of human creation, a testament to our God-given capacity for innovation. We are called to be good stewards of creation, and technology is certainly a part of that. However, the nature of how these devices function raises legitimate concerns. They operate by being always on, continuously listening for their wake word. While companies assure us that recordings are only sent to the cloud after the wake word is detected, the very mechanism requires constant auditory vigilance in our homes. This leads to a fundamental question of privacy. Our homes are, for many, sacred spaces, havens of intimacy and security. What information are we inadvertently sharing? Who might have access to it, and for what purposes? We've all heard stories of accidental recordings being sent, or the unnerving feeling when an advertisement pops up for a product you only spoke about, never searched for online. From a biblical perspective, wisdom is our guiding star. Proverbs teaches us to be discerning, to think critically, and not to be naive. Matthew 10:16 reminds us to be as shrewd as snakes and as innocent as doves. This means understanding how technology works, not just accepting its benefits blindly. Are we being wise stewards of the information shared within our homes, particularly concerning our families and children? The Bible may not speak directly to digital privacy, but it certainly emphasizes discretion and the sanctity of personal thoughts, known fully only to God, Psalm 139. Furthermore, as Christians, we are called to be good stewards of everything entrusted to us, our time, our resources, and yes, our personal and family information. Is the data collected by these devices being used in a way that aligns with our values? Are we unknowingly contributing to systems that might exploit or manipulate? We have a responsibility to protect our children, to guide them in a world increasingly saturated with data collection. What precedents are we setting by welcoming an always listening device into their formative years, where their voices and questions are constantly being processed and potentially stored? So, should Christians use Alexa or other smart speakers? It's not a simple yes or no. It calls for intentionality and discernment. It requires us to weigh the genuine convenience against the potential privacy risks and to consider our responsibilities as stewards. Perhaps the answer lies in understanding the technology better and setting clear boundaries. For example, actively using the mute button when the device isn't needed, carefully reviewing privacy settings and understanding data retention policies, being mindful of where these devices are placed, perhaps not in bedrooms or highly private areas, educating ourselves and our families about how voice data is used, considering what information we actually need to share with the device versus what we can do manually. Ultimately, technology is a tool. Like any tool, it can be used for good or for harm, wisely or unwisely. Our faith calls us to use all things for God's glory, to live with integrity, and to protect those entrusted to our care. When it comes to voice recognition technology, this means approaching it not with fear, but with thoughtful awareness, grounded in wisdom, and guided by prayer. We must decide if the convenience truly enhances our lives or if it subtly compromises something far more precious. What are your thoughts on this complex topic? How do you navigate the balance between convenience and privacy in your home? Share your perspectives in the comments below, and let's continue this conversation together. If you found this discussion helpful, please consider subscribing for more thoughtful explorations of faith and modern life.